Hey everyone, welcome back to Well, That's Strange. Today I'm going to talk about a duende that was in my grandmother's house. So, what is a duende, first of all? Well, in Hispanic folklore or legend, in particular from Mexico, because that's where my grandmother is from what I can recall, a duende could be like a troll or an elf or I think even a gnome, or yeah, those are the things that I can think of that it could mean. Um, so yeah, with that being said, let's start with what the hell happened to me and why was there a duende in my grandmother's house? It wasn't even in Mexico, it was here in the US. So I woke up one morning. I was staying at my grandmother's house. It was a beautiful sunny day. And I remember in the guest room that I was staying in, I always make sure to make up the bed and tidy up around the room. And I did that. I went ahead and made the bed and I walked out. I went to the bathroom or something. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. And then when I came back, there were impressions of feet neatly close together on the edge of the bed, towards the head of the bed. And they were small feet. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I told my mom about it because she was there. And I told her to come into the room. I said, Ma, what the hell is this? And she's like, well, what is it? I said, well, they're perfectly neat looking footprints on the edge of the bed. And not so much where it's completely, well, no, it was on the edge now that I think about it again. I tried to jump on the other side of the bed to make similar impressions, see if I could do it. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I'm short. The bed is like on a high rise platform. There was no way in hell that I could have done it. And I will say this, that the blanket that was on top of the bed is like that really soft plushy material. It's like a plush throw blanket, if you can imagine what I'm talking about. Almost like a velvety material. So the feet prints were more apparent because of the material of the blanket. So my mom and I walked down the hallway to the living room and we asked my grandmother, who was laying on the sofa at the time, which she normally does and she watches her TV. We asked her, hey, did you see anything or notice anything? We didn't even tell her what the hell we had seen on the blanket. And she was like, oh yeah, in Spanish she's saying, yeah, I saw a little man and he was smiling. He smiled at me and then proceeded down the hallway, which is where the rooms are at. And she said, I thought that was your guys' friend. So apparently she saw this little man as clear as day. And we were just really thrown off by it. We're like, what the? Are you serious? And so we then told her, like, well, we're asking because there's two feet prints on the blanket of the bed. And she's like, yeah, I saw a little man wave to me and then he just walked down the hallway. I thought he was your guys' friend. And my mom is just tripping out. She's like, are you for real, grandma? What? No, we don't got no dude friend here at the house. It's just us three. We're all women, obviously. And so, anyway, yeah, there was no male friend there. We didn't see this entity. We did not see this male figure, right? So, my mom and I are tripping out. We're laughing. We're like, oh my God, what is even this? And so, yeah, we again, I in particular saw the feet prints on the blanket, and I'm trying to reenact what could have happened, and there's no way I couldn't do it. I wasn't. It wasn't me. It was like perfectly made, fresh footprints or impressions, excuse me, on the velvety material of the blanket. And so I'm like, okay, I'm picking this apart in my head, and my mom's only so receptive to the paranormal world. So I could only get so far with my explanations, but here are the explanations that were going through in my head. Number one, um, this was an otherworldly being. It was some kind of a guy. I don't know that it was a duende, but it could have been just some ghost or something, some male spirit that was just nice and somehow appeared and went into the room that I was staying in, and for some reason felt the need to jump on the bed and go into the nether worlds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Why would he even do that? So that's like really interesting. Another explanation is it is actually a duende. Okay, again, in Hispanic folklore, it's like a gnome or a troll or an elf. Am I leaving anything out? Some elemental being, okay, a duende. That's as much as I know for now because I'm making this video on a whim and I'm going off of just pure memory here. You'll have to Google and do more research on it, but that's another explanation because that's how she saw it or that's how she knows these entities to be. Those are the only explanations I have in my head. Again, it didn't seem to be malevolent. It seemed to be a nice entity, a nice spirit or ghost or elemental being or some whatever it was, and it wasn't harmful and didn't come off as threatening to my grandmother, which I'm at least thankful for that because we all know in the paranormal scene there's everything in between the spectrum of good and evil in terms of the nature of these beings or paranormal entities. And so that's pretty much what happened. Some male entity walked down the hallway, jumped on the edge of the bed, and disappeared into God knows where. So, is there a portal in the room? Why did it feel the need to go into the room? And there's other things that happened in that room, by the way, of an otherworldly nature, not necessarily something of like a spirit that had lived there before and in being alive and then died and then was there. That's not the vibes I'm getting throughout the time that I've been there as a child up into an adult. I will save those stories for other videos, but I will say that there's other shit that has happened in that room, and it hasn't been good. It hasn't. It's been scary. So, anyways, I'll leave you with that. What are your possible explanations for what I just described? Was it a person that had passed on and that reappeared? Was it an otherworldly being, like an elemental figure, like a duende? What the hell was it? Provide your explanations in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support I can get. It's a baby channel. It's absolutely in its infancy, and I'm really hoping to reach a lot of people with my YouTube channel. So again, so we can come together as a community and talk about things like this. Thank you so much for listening. You are awesome. You are appreciated. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care.